Welcome to the topic strategic management. Here in chapter 9, we're going to discuss about financial framework and the basic theories. Differential theory. As per the differential efficiency theory of merger, if the management of one company is more efficient than the management of another company, and if after first company acquires the second, the efficiency of acquired company is brought up to the level of first company, then this increase in efficiency is attributed to the merger. Concept of managerial synergy. Hypothesis of managerial synergy is an extension of the differential efficiency theory. Since these additional resources are indivisible and cannot be released, a merger enables them to be optimally utilized. Even if the company has no opportunity to expand within its industry, it can diversify and enter into new area. Hypothesis of financial synergy. Financial synergy is one of the prime objective of the financial strategies. Managerial synergy hypothesis is not relevant to the conglomerate type of merger. It is because a conglomerate merger implies several, often successive, acquisition in diversified area. In such case, the managerial capacity of the company will not develop rapidly enough to be able to transfer its efficiency to several newly acquired company in a short time. Financial synergy theory further states that when the cash flow rate of the acquiring company is greater than that the acquired company. Brand value. Corporate company build up a reputation over time in its networking relationship with supplier, creditor, customer and others, resulting in goodwill or brand value. This is built through investment in advertising, employee training, R&D, organizational development and other value building strategies. Diversification through merger help in preserving its reputation and goodwill. Tax benefit. Merger and diversification through merger also result in financial synergy and tax benefit. Taxation benefit occur due to leveraged buying in share transfer. Since diversification reduces risk, it increases the corporate debt raising capacity and reduces the present value of the future tax liability of the company. Capital budgeting decision in respect of merger. Normally, merger are planned and financially evaluated decisions of the corporate company. Whenever a company plans to acquire any company, then it should consider the acquisition as a capital budgeting decision. Therefore, such a proposal must be evaluated as a capital budgeting decision. Cash flow are estimated for the acquiring corporate company. Exchange ratio arithmetic. Exchange ratio is the rate at which merged entity shares are issued to the merged company by the taking over company after the takeover. Whenever a company A takes over another company B, the compensation to the shareholders of the acquired company is usually paid in the form of shares of the acquiring company. Therefore, the exchange ratio is the key factor in any kind of merger. Merging company would want to keep this ratio as low as possible, while the company which is taken over would want it to be as high as possible. Notations used in this model: ER stands for exchange ratio, P stands for price per share, EPS stands for earning per share, PE stands for price earning multiple, E stands for earnings, S stands for number of outstanding equity shares, AER stands for actual exchange ratio. Cash flow methods. Cash flow methods are numerically justifiable with arithmetic logic, whereas non-cash flow methods apply market details and might be empirical. Nonetheless, both have wide application. Cash flow as well as non-cash flow method could be deployed to calculate continuing value as it is a critical issue in a merger. The cash flow method include growing free cash flow perpetuity method. This method assumes that the free cash flow grows at a constant rate after the explicit forecast period. The perpetuation is done by fixed percentage growth of fixed revenue contribution. Value driver method. This method uses the same logic as the above method, but the connotation of the formula are different, as it focuses on the value addition in the process of acquiring and recognize. The value drives that have synergies, the growth prediction is based on the value drive that have developed the basic merger process on a case-to-case basis. Non-cash flow method include replacement cash method. It is classically known technique in financial management. The cost that would be required to replace the asset is the replacement cost of the target. Even in the modern economy, such exercise of estimation of replacement cost are undertaken. Price to earning ratio method. This works something like reverse logic. If one were to get the projected income or earning from a target company, investment that is required to fetch the same in the current market rate of earning potential. Market to book ratio method. Book value of share is the net worth of the company divided by the number of shares. The market rate would be premium or discount depending on the performance and future perception, including the highly sensitive market sentiments of the investor. Measurement and managing the value of company. Management have several approaches. However, the fundamental objectives of value maximization could not be undermined. The value-based management is an ideology directed towards creating maximum value of shareholder and stakeholder of the company. The principle integrated financial theory with strategic thinking and applies it to corporate planning decisions. This approach could be categorized in the following stages: identifying goals, taking appropriate strategies, measuring performance, executing process management, fine-tuning decision making. Value-based management. Value-based management might offer employees an opportunity to participate as shareholder in the company's equity growth and in monthly and annual profit on a profit center basis. The practice of value-based management typically has the following elements: constant provision for individual and team performance feedback, employee stock ownership plan, endeavor to ownership education, sharing of financial information and transparency in dealing, participatory management, good corporate governance. Objective of value-based management is to create a holistic measurement and management mechanism that is designed to enhance organizational performance. As a management system, value-based management offers a logical framework for designing the company structure and process to install a sense of ownership among employees, which enables the organization to achieve its mission most effectively. Measurement and managing value-based management. Identifying goals. A company that adapts value-based management, its goals is to deliver maximum value to the investor. Taking appropriate strategies. A well-structured strategy is a foundation to creating value. It clarifies the process of how you are going to achieve your goal. Measuring performance. Coupling with financial performance measure, strategic performance measure could have a profound impact on the ability of the company to perpetuate long-term value. Executing process management. Process management is the critical link which helps the management team initiate the necessary changes, and existing the process management is the key to value perpetuation. Fine-tuning decision making. Decision making becomes a very important function when value management becomes the chief consideration in the operating and investment issue of the company. So here we're gonna wind up our chapter 9. Thank you.